Hey folks, it's Andrew, and let's keep talking about onboarding. This is part 2 of a multi-part video. Now, if that doesn't bother you, and you don't mind watching videos out of order, then keep watching. If not, and you want to go back to watch part 1, I'll post a link in the show notes below. Now, in the last video, I made a pretty bold statement. Because ideally, when we switch back and forth between face-to-face teaching and learning and digital teaching and learning, we should see no drop-off in the student's ability to achieve at a high level. Yeah, that sets kind of a high bar. When we switch back and forth between our face-to-face and our digital spaces, we should be targeting a 0 drop in engagement or achievement or quality in teaching and learning experiences. And it would be a vast understatement to simply say that there's a lot to that. But in the first video, we discussed at least one way that you could do some pre-assessments of your students' readiness as far as their technical skills and some early views of their executive functioning. In this video, I want to discuss that a little more and push that in a little bit of a different direction. Namely, the idea that there cannot be any drop-off only between face-to-face and digital spaces, but also, if possible, our students' ability to engage high-quality learning experiences in the classroom supported by the teacher, but also at home, directed by themselves or supported by a parent. So let's suppose that you are going to be using Seesaw. One thing to keep in mind is that you want to think about all the things they're going to have to do to learn with that tool, and then try and wrap those into an intro activity so that you have the ability to see whether or not the students need to be taught how to do that stuff. So in this particular activity, you've got the students drawing a picture, and then they're going to take a photo of what they made, tap the mic and read what they wrote, and then tap the check and add to their journal. Now, what's nice about Seesaw is that you can also send home the instruction for the parent to install the app, sign up for the account, and then observe what their student did. And in this way, you're using this onboarding activity to also explore the readiness of the home environment. Another suggestion might be, in place of the start of the year phone calls or emails that parents often receive from teachers, is you as a teacher could offer to have a Zoom call or a Google Meet with each one of them, which would achieve the same goal, but would give you an idea of whether or not they've got a network that can support Zoom calls or Google Meets, a device that they know how to use to access a Zoom call or a Google Meet. And then while you're on the call with them, you can have some conversations about the same get-to-know-you types of things that you ordinarily would, but you can also pay attention to whether or not their signal strength looks strong, whether the screen is pixelated or they're dropping the call. And through that, you can get an idea of how useful a tool this might be. If you find out that only 5 or 6 of your students can currently manage a Zoom call or a Google Meet, you might learn that that might not be a great tool for you moving forward. The main goal is for you, your students, and your families to be fully prepared to transition effectively back and forth between digital instruction and face-to-face instruction, and between teaching and learning that's supported in school by the teacher and at home, either student-directed or by the parent. We're going to spend a lot more time sharing ideas on how to reach this goal, but in the meantime, please reach out if you have any ideas, questions, or pushbacks. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you around.